Today we'll explore major news shaping the world and India. Was the historical step taken by Israel and Hamas? Jaish-e-Mohammed forms first women's wing. Who's the leader? And why Shivraj Singh Chauhan said India won't bow to tariff pressure? Why Macron's pressure to resign? And why Parag Agrawal filed a lawsuit on X? Namaste and welcome to Sutra Network, your trusted link to news, views and stories that matter. US President Donald Trump spoke with Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu after Israel and Hamas agreed to the first phase of a Gaza peace plan, describing it as a historic achievement. The deal includes the release of all hostages and a partial withdrawal of Israeli troops, with talks held in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. Senior envoys from the US, Qatar and Turkey were present, and Trump's team included Jared Kushner and envoy Steve Witkoff. Trump told media Gaza is going to be a peaceful, much safer place, adding that the circumstances that allow this breakthrough may not happen again. He noted that Netanyahu feels public opinion is now more favorable toward him, but more importantly, he emphasized people really are loving Israel again. Netanyahu confirmed that hostages will be home soon and will seek government approval for the agreement. Hamas also agreed to the plan but urged the US and guarantor states to ensure Israel fully implements the ceasefire. While this is a positive first step toward stability, the real test lies in the implementation. Ceasefire agreements often falter without sustained diplomatic pressures and local goodwill. So continued vigilance is key for lasting peace. Pakistan-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed has launched its first women's wing Jamaat-ul-Mominat, aimed at recruiting wives of commanders and economically vulnerable women. The move was announced by a letter in the name of GEM Chief Masood Azhar, a UN-designated terrorist. Recruitment reportedly began on October 8 at the group's center in Bahawalpur, Pakistan, with operations planned in Karachi, Muzaffarabad, Kotli, Haripur and Mansehra. The wing will be led by Sadia Azhar, Masood Azhar's sister. Her husband Yusuf Azhar was killed on May 7, 2025 during Operation Sindoor when Indian forces targeted GEM's Markaz Subhanallah base. According to GEM's propaganda outlet Al-Kalam Media, Jamaat-ul-Mominat will function as the women's brigade of the group, taking part in recruitment and supporting GEM's operations. Analysts warn that the formation of a dedicated women's wing could expand the group's influence and recruitment pool, making counter-terrorism efforts more complex. This development underscores how GEM is adapting its strategies, targeting both family networks and vulnerable women to sustain and expand its organizational reach. Amid rising tensions over trade, Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan emphasized that India will not compromise on its national interest, despite Donald Trump imposing 50% tariffs on Indian goods. Speaking at the 120th annual session of the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Chauhan highlighted that in today's volatile geopolitical situation, trade and tariffs are being used as weapons by some countries to pressurize others. He noted that while India remains a global brother, committed to cooperation, protecting national interest in paramount, India has to choose its path. We will not come under pressure from anyone. Safeguarding our country's interest is our duty and essential for global peace, Chauhan said. His remarks echo ongoing friction between India and the US, particularly concerning the agriculture sector, which has also contributed to delays in the bilateral trade agreement. Analysts suggest that India's firm stance signals its resolve to assert strategic independence and resist coercive economic measures, while continuing global trade engagement responsibly. French President Emmanuel Macron faces a storm at home with political chaos, economic stagnation and social unrest challenging his leadership. Despite low approval ratings now at just 17% and pressure from even some allies to resign, the French constitutional system provides him strong protections, making it likely he will complete his term in 2027. Macron's second term has been marked by instability, with 5 prime ministers cycling through it under 3 years, reflecting political gridlock unseen since the Fourth Republic. Social unrest has intensified, with frequent protests highlighting public dissatisfaction with reforms and economic policies. Yes, Macron remains highly visible internationally, particularly in European diplomacy and the war in Ukraine, where he continues to play a central role. On the domestic front, he is expected to announce his sixth prime minister on October 10th, aiming to stabilize his administration and navigate the political storm. While his presidency is under seventh strain, France's system ensures that removal from office is difficult, allowing Macron to survive turbulent times despite widespread domestic criticism. X has settled a $128 million lawsuit filed by former CEO Parag Agrawal. Agrawal, along with three top officials, has sued X after Musk's takeover, claiming they were denied proper severance following their termination. The lawsuit followed Musk rebranding on Twitter to X and his extensive workforce overhaul. The settlement was revealed in September 30th. Federal court filing through the exact terms remain undisclosed. A lawyer confirmed that certain conditions but still be met for the settlement to be finalized. Earlier, in August 2025, Musk resolved a $500 million suit with 6,000 former employees over similar severance claims. After leaving X, Parag Agrawal launched Parallel Web System Inc., a cloud platform supporting AI-driven research, which has already raised $30 million. The platform helps automate complex workflows with human-level accuracy, marking Agrawal's pivot from social media leadership to AI innovation. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has reportedly removed all previous restrictions on the range of the country's missile system, signaling a major shift in Tehran's military strategy. A senior lawmaker, Ahmad Bakshesh Ardestani, revealed that Iran will develop its missile program to any extent it deems necessary, emphasizing that missile range is the most important element of military power. Previously, Iran's missile range was capped at 2,200 kilometers, but Khamenei has now lifted all such limits. The move follows heightened tensions after the June conflict with Israel and the US and comes amid Iranian claims that Israel has exaggerated Tehran's missile emissions to mislead the US. Iranian officials, including Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, have rejected attempts to restrict missiles capabilities, calling them unacceptable. While no official statement from Khamenei has been issued, the decision marks a significant escalation in Iran's defense posture. Former Australian UFC fighter Suman Mokhtarian, 33, was shot dead in a targeted attack in Riverstone, a suburb in Sydney's northwest, on Wednesday evening. According to New South Wales policy, Mokhtarian was reportedly on an early evening walk when the brazen shooting occurred. Police later found two cars set on fire in separate locations, a tactic linked to organized crime hits in the city. Mokhtarian has survived a previous attempt on his life in February when a gunman opened fire outside a gym in Western Sydney. He competed twice in the UFC in 2018 and 2019 before moving into coaching, helping develop some of Australia's top M&A prospects. Local residents reported hearing gunshots while children played nearby, describing chaos and shock in the neighborhood. Police are investigating whether the killing is concerned to another foiled kill team incident targeting a daycare center the previous day. US tech giant Google has announced a €5 billion investment in Belgium to expand its AI infrastructure and data center network, creating hundreds of jobs and boosting the local economy. The investment focuses on Google's existing Saint Ghislain site and the new Farcinis campus, with construction already underway. The expansion emphasizes carbon-free energy, including new onshore wind farms, supporting Google's goal of fully carbon-free operations by 2030. It is expected to create around 300 direct jobs and support 15,000 additional roles indirectly through local contractors and suppliers. Officials say the move strengthens Belgium as a digital and green technology hub, Google Cloud's AI tools already help Belgian firms in healthcare, research, and business. A 2024 study projects AI could boost Belgium's GDP by 45 to 50 billion euros over the next decade. This investment positions Belgium at the forefront of Europe's cloud and AI innovation. Severe floods have hit Romania, prompting authorities to issue a red alert in multiple regions. Continuous heavy rainfall has caused rivers to overflow, submerging roads, damaging infrastructure. Emergency services are on high alert, conducting rescue and relief operations in the most affected areas. The government has urged citizens to stay indoors where possible, avoid flood-prone zones, and follow official instructions. Schools and some public offices have been temporarily closed in the worst hit regions to ensure safety. Local authorities are monitoring river levels and weather forecasts closely, warning that the situation could worsen if rains persist. Meteorologists have linked the flooding to climate change and unusually intense weather patterns, noting that Romania has experienced more frequent and extreme rainfall in recent years. Relief efforts include temporary shelters, food, and medical aid for displaced families. Residents are being advised to prioritize safety and stay updated through official channels. Now, time for today's piece of information. Do you know yawning isn't just a sign of tiredness, but it has a physiological purpose as well. Taking a deep breath during a yawn increases blood flow and brings cooler air into your nasal and oral cavities, helping lower your brain temperature for better alertness. This also explains why yawns are contagious. Seeing someone yawn may trigger your brain to cool itself primitively. So, next time you yawn, it's your brain's way of saying stay sharp. Thanks for watching. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel, click on the bell icon and visit our website.